தென்றல் வந்து தீண்டும் போது என்ன வண்ணமோ மனசுல, திங்கள் வந்து காயும் போது என்ன வண்ணமோ நினப்பல, வந்து வந்து போகுதம்மா எண்ணமெல்லாம் வண்ணமம்மா, எண்ணங்களுக்கேத்தபடி வண்ணமெல்லாம் மாறுமம்மா, உண்மையிலே உள்ளது என்ன என்ன வண்ணங்கள் என்ன என்ன.
Hello everyone, this is the continuation video of end semester quiz solutions 2020 for the subject engineering mechanics 2. Let's start with the first question. The system of 3 elements shown consisting of 6 kg plug B, 10 kg disc D and 12 kg cylinder C. If no slipping occurs, the total kinetic energy of the cylinder at that instant. In this question, we have to determine the total kinetic energy of the cylinder. The cylinder is in general plane motion. The total kinetic energy means the rotational kinetic energy plus the translational kinetic energy. When the wheel is rolling in a horizontal surface, the instantaneous center lies at the contact point. So that means this is the point with 0 velocity, and the midpoint move with velocity v means the topmost point moves with double the velocity. So by this relation v equal to r omega, we can determine the angular velocity of the wheel omega c, and using this angular velocity omega c, we can able to determine the velocity of the center point g. Now the total kinetic energy of the cylinder is the sum of the translational kinetic energy plus rotational kinetic energy. Substituting these given values, we can get the total kinetic energy of the cylinder is 1.44 joules. Hence the option C is correct. The next question. A homogeneous sphere of weight 120 Newton rolls along a 30 incline without slipping. The radius of the sphere is 100 mm. The acceleration of the sphere in meter per second. This is the summary of formula of the acceleration of hoop and cylinder and sphere. The acceleration of the hoop is always less than the cylinder, and acceleration of the cylinder is less than the acceleration of the sphere, because the moment of inertia of the hoop is more than the cylinder, and the moment of inertia of the cylinder is more than that of sphere. Now using this standard result, we can able to calculate the acceleration of the sphere. The sphere acceleration is given by this formula. Now substituting the angle in this, we can get acceleration of the sphere is equal to 3.50 meter per second square. So the correct option is answer B. These are standard results, and you can expect this type of question in various competitive examinations. Hence it is better to remember these formulas. A sphere makes a complete revolution about its own axis in 10 minutes. That means it takes 10 minutes to complete a revolution. If the velocity at any point on its diametrical circle is 100 meter per minute, we have to determine the radius of the sphere. So for one revolution, that is for 2 pi radians, it takes 10 minutes. Converting into seconds, multiply it by 60. So it takes 600 seconds to complete a rotation. In 1 second, it will rotate this many radians. This is nothing but omega, angular velocity. We know this formula v equal to r omega, and velocity is given in this question 100 meter per minute. Convert it into meter per second, and now substitute this v values and omega values in this formula. We can get the radius of the sphere, which is equal to 159.2 meter. Hence the option B is correct. two solid cylinders, both are cylinders and both are having equal mass, same mass m, but the radius are different. Its radius is r, this radius is 2 times of the r. Each is accelerated from rest with a force applied as shown in figure F1 and F2. In order to impart identical angular acceleration to both cylinders, then what is the relation between the forces F1 and F2? We know that the torque is equal to I alpha. So I is nothing but moment of inertia, mass moment of inertia. For the cylinder, I is nothing but mr square by 2. Now substituting the given values here, we can get the relation F1 equal to 2 times of F2, so that the acceleration, angular acceleration on both the cylinders will be same. Hence the option C is correct. A round object of mass m and radius r is released from rest at the top of the curved surface. The round object may be a hoop or a sphere or a cylinder, and this is rolls without slipping until it leaves the surface with the horizontal. Okay, it leaves this surface at this point. Will a solid sphere or a solid cylinder or a hoop travel the greatest distance c? Which one travels more distance? That is x or c, this distance. This distance depends upon the mass moment of inertia. We know the formulas of mass moment of inertia of hoop, solid cylinder and solid sphere. Among these three, the hoop has highest mass moment of inertia. So highest mass moment of inertia means less acceleration. Less acceleration means less velocity. Less velocity means it travels only less distance. It can travel only less distance. Next to the hoop, cylinder is having the highest moment of inertia, and after that the least moment of inertia is sphere when comparing these three objects. So moment of inertia of the hoop is mr square, cylinder is half of that mr square, and sphere is 0.4 times of mr square. From this standard result, we can conclude the moment of inertia of the hoop is greater than cylinder, then that is greater than sphere. So due to this higher moment of inertia, the acceleration of the hoop is less and the acceleration of the sphere is more. And due to the less acceleration of the hoop, the velocity of the hoop also less. And while leaving the surface, after traveling the same distance, out of these three objects, sphere, cylinder and hoop, the hoop has less velocity. Less velocity means it can travel only the less distance. Here the question is the greatest distance. Hence the object which is having more velocity can travel more distance. From the standard result, we can conclude that the sphere is having more velocity, hence it will travel more distance after leaving this point. So the correct option is A, solid sphere, because it has the smallest mass moment of inertia, so it will have the greatest speed at the bottom of the surface. Due to the greatest speed at the bottom, it will travel greatest distance. A solid steel sphere A of radius r and mass m is released from rest and rolls without slipping down and inclined as shown. After traveling a distance d, the sphere has a speed v. After traveling this distance d, its speed is v. If a solid steel sphere of radius 2r is released from rest on the same incline, what will its speed be after rolling a distance d? The correct option is C. That means the velocity of both the spheres will be same when it travels the same distance, irrespective of the mass and radius of the sphere. Due to the conservation of energy, the speed after traveling a distance d will be same, and that speed will be the independent of mass and the radius. I have shown the standard result. The speed of the hoop or cylinder or sphere when it moves on an incline depends only on the h. It is independent of mass and radius. Hence, the speed of both the spheres, irrespective of the mass and radius, will be same. A mallet consists of a heavy steel cubical head on a light wooden handle, about which axis of rotation is the moment of inertia I, a maximum. So we know that parallel axis theorem of moment of inertia. The moment of inertia about any axis is equal to the sum of the moment of inertia of its about its central axis plus the product of mass of the object and the square of the distance between the two axes. Now the whole weight is here. The center of gravity of this mallet will lie nearer to this heavy object, so we can assume this point, and this is the axis passing through the center of gravity. Then the axis which is far away from this center of gravity axis will have more moment of inertia. That means the correct option is B. It is having more mass moment of inertia about B and least in central axis. A sphere, a hoop and a cylinder, all with same mass m and same radius r, are rolling along, all with the same speed v, which has the most total kinetic energy. All have same mass, same velocity, hence the translational kinetic energy of all is given by this formula of mv square, hence all having the same translational kinetic energy. When an object rolls, the kinetic energy is the sum of the linear kinetic energy and rotational kinetic energy. All the three objects have same mass and same velocity, hence the translational or linear kinetic energy of all the three objects are same. However, the moment of inertia is the deciding factor. If this is more, then the kinetic energy of the object is more. So out of three objects, hoop has the highest mass moment of inertia, hence the kinetic energy of the total kinetic energy of the hoop is more. Hence the correct option is B, hoop. All have the same kinetic energy in translations, but the hoop has most kinetic energy due to rotations, so it has the greatest total kinetic energy. A disc and a hoop, both with same mass m and same radius r, both roll without slipping with the same speed v. Again, mass of the two objects are, both the masses are same and velocity also same, radius also same, and they are rolling toward an inclined plane as shown. Which object will roll up to the greatest height on the surface? Again, it is based on the moment of inertia. Whenever the more moment of inertia. If the moment of inertia is more, then that object is having more kinetic energy. If it is having more kinetic energy, then that object will roll greatest height and the incline. The hoop is having the more mass moment of inertia, hence its total kinetic energy is more. Due to its more kinetic energy, it will roll to the greatest height. Hence the option is B, hoop. A disc and a hoop, both with the same mass m and the same radius r, both start from rest at the top and roll down in the incline. Which one has the largest total kinetic energy at the bottom? By applying the conservation of energy, we can know that both the objects must have same total kinetic energy. There are 2 points A and B located on the wheel, have the velocity of 80 meter per second and 140 meter per second. The distance between the 2 points is 300 mm. Then what is the radius of the wheel? We know that velocity equal to r omega. By substituting the given values in these formulas, we can get omega equal to 200 radian per second. Now substitute this omega value in this second equation. We can get the radius of the wheel is 700 mm. Option is D. The correct option is D, 700 mm. The below figure shows a circular disc of 1 kg mass and 0.2 meter radius undergoing unconstrained planar motion under the action of two forces as shown. The magnitude of angular acceleration alpha of the disc is, we know that torque is equal to I alpha. I is nothing but mass moment of inertia. For the circular disc, it is mr square by 2. So mass and radius is given. Substitute here to get I. Now substituting this I values and the torque values, we can get the alpha. Torque is nothing but force into distance, the net force into radius. Hence the correct option is A, 50 radian per second square. Thank you.